Alrighty, a very good day to you folks here on Speed Gaming 3. Welcome to yet another race in the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer Community Weekly. We got a good one for you today, folks. It is even weekly, so standard start, no random elevators. We have got Astor and Lucaria showing their skills for you today. I'm Captain MD, and today I am joined by Shaman. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Fantastic, thank you very much. So what are you hoping to see from our race today before we kick things off?
Well, I'm obviously always hoping to see a messed up seed. It's always fun to see the most screwed up things like space jump on Chico or something on Quad or something on a Marvis, but that's just the crazy in me talking.
Surely the folks in chat, though, would agree with you on that front.
I think they would.
All right, we are just we're waiting on one runner who unfortunately just had a PCS PC crash and has to restart. So we'll be getting started in a couple of minutes, folks. So just hang tight. That being said, this is the last Echoes Weekly before the beginning of the Metroid Prime 1 and 2 Randomizer Cross Game Cup Co-op Multi-World Tournament, folks. That has been officially announced, and we have a start date. Our first race, as far as my schedule is aware, is going to be on Monday.
Exciting.
Let me just confirm that. Yep, our first race currently is scheduled for Monday, April 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. But races are still being scheduled. We have a grand total of 38 players in this tournament, 19 teams.
It's a new record.
Indeed. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that, but we can cross that bridge when we get to it past the weekend.
All boss seed.
Yes. You know, it's funny that this actually isn't even my seed for a change. This is Gollop's today. Now, having said that, Randomania does have it out for everybody nowadays, so...
Yeah, it feels like every run I've done as of late has been crazy or messed up in some way.
Yeah, the last multi-world I rolled in a practice race last night was actually relatively okay. Just had vanilla ice and plasma.
I had a multi-world with a friend recently, and we had just me and her. Her space jump was in my vault, and then I had to get my Annihilator in Agon somewhere, and then both my suits were in Under Temple Torvis. It was a really messed up scene.
That sounds like a mess. But to answer question chat, the way that the multi-world times are going to be conducted is that it's going to be the combined sum of the two teammates' finishing times. So if both teammates finish in exactly 2 hours, they'll combine total will be 4 hours. If the other team finishes at like 1:55 and 2:06, the combined total is going to be 4:01. So that means that the first team is going to still win. So hopefully that clarifies things. But yeah, it's going to be the sum of the teammate finishings. All right, our last runner is getting reset, so they're reopening things now. So again, we thank you folks for bearing with us while we clear all the dust here. We are also, I think, going to have a restream next week for Echoes Rando because it is our 5th week. We typically go for Mayhem settings, but that's probably, unless the community votes otherwise, that's probably going to be the last Echoes restream we have for the months of May and June, just so that way we can focus our efforts on the CGC because people are going to be very busy on that front. But yeah, you folks will get plenty of... we have SG all set up. We have tracking all set up, so layouts are all good. So you folks will like it. So again, stay tuned. Monday night's our first race. Might even be earlier, depending on if any other teams schedule.
Don't miss it. It's gonna be good.
What actually something I would like to see this seed is one of the newer joke hints that came out. Because the newest joke hint that came out recently gave me a laugh, just because I heard it for the first time and it's so topical. But yeah, hints are going to be especially valuable, not only in Echoes Rando, but in the CGC in general, because it basically helps the Echoes player decide how much work they got to do. Because if the hints start pointing to expansions, that's how the Echoes player knows their seed's been deleted.
It's also it's really good just in general to find out where items could be. I've had a lot of really good hints lately, so it seems like maybe the hints have improved a little bit.
They've been case by case. The second weekly we had this month, the hints weren't brilliant, but the last week's weekly they were pretty good.
It's just that one hint, that possibility of that one hint that could turn the whole tide for one player.
Usually usually that's what happens in lower usually the lower Torvus hints for me personally are the ones that break the seed open, or at least point me to that last item.
Yeah, it's always the later hints.
Alrighty, our last runner has readied up, so we should be kicking things off in just a hot minute here. Yeah, folks are saying that they've seen some great joke hints. The newest one is well, I'll call it out if we see it, but it's really good. Yeah, there are only 2 joke hints in the seed, so if translators are late to the bandwagon, we might not see them, but we'll see.
I think my favorite one is Adam has not authorized this.
That's pretty good.
Somebody said their favorite was Bigfoot is canon.
Did you know that Bigfoot and Santa Claus are canon in the Metroid universe?
I did not. Is the Easter Bunny canon too?
I don't know.
I mean, the Luminoth could be considered Easter bunnies, maybe.
A little.
And here we go.
All right, so this is the even weekly, so we do start in the main energy controller, which means that one of our first couple of items has to be Violet Translator, which it is. Ooh, we got a nice bright purple on Astor's side for a custom UI color, and Lucarius went white. Main power bombs are in Agon Transport Center. That's not a bad spot. They're only locked by bombs. So that's not too bad. Unfortunately, no advanced weaponry for the splinters, so we're going to have to deal with this the hard way.
Our runners won't have too much of a problem with this. They're quite skilled.
Yeah, just got to be careful not to get swarmed, because yeah, these Dark Splinters still deal 10 damage a hit.
I actually always found myself having issues with the Alpha Splinter.
Yeah, this because the lock breaks and you can't scan dash.
Yeah, it was also a matter of the fact that I was interpreting the attacks wrong.
So what do you think? What do you think is going to be our first, like, besides missile launcher, obviously? What do you think is going to be the next big thing? Space jump, bombs, or screw attack?
I'm gonna say bombs. honestly.
Bombs. We've had a lot of early screw attack, NSJ screw attacks lately, because NSJ screw attack does actually do you a couple of logical favors. Namely, it lets you get up Agon. Ooh, an early power bomb expansion.
Nice.
That would have been nice to have about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And up top, we have an energy tank. But yeah, NSJ Screw Attack lets you get up Mining Plaza, and you can actually screw attack across Agon Temple without space jump because the Z-axis is just high enough at near one of the gates.
And what is that?
I blinked and I missed it. Was that a Sky Temple key?
No, it's a morph ball upgrade of some kind. Maybe boost?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a movement/critical system, which Asder is not attempting task jump for.
Honestly, I'm not surprised. That jump is incredibly hard, even for the most skilled runners.
Indeed, and it looks like Lucarius, on the other hand, is going for it. To answer question, chat, our starting point is great main energy controller today. Fixed main energy controller.
I didn't catch that. A hint Aster got, did you?
I did not, but Gollop is saying a Curse Lake was trash, and there's bombs in transport to Agon.
Hey.
Space pirates do strangely dislike theft. And Lucarius gets the task jump, and now with bombs in tow, I think Asder's going to go back for task now. Might go for Hive Chamber B, but that's a stretch, and that is space jump.
Oh, wow.
So we get bombs and space jump, but no missiles.
Interesting.
Now, the bombs put main power bombs into logic, so yeah, GFMC is in play already.
Emerald Translator.
Ooh, yeah, getting the early translators is really nice for later, and especially since Emerald is one of the more powerful translators, because not only does it give you access to 6 hints in Torvis, but also because if you need to get to Torvis from Agon Portal, it's much easier to go through Underground Tunnel that way in case super missiles are late to the party.
And now we have missiles.
Alright, so now we can fire missiles. We don't have logical permission to fire them, but we could fire them.
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be anything in GFMC.
The main reason I suspect GFMC is the main power bombs, because main power bombs does grant logical access, so this could be like a suit or spider ball or... Okay, it was just a Borger. Well, now you pretty much don't need to get power bombs. But Lucarius is going to just go ahead and dupe that real quick. The extra power bombs also do allow us to check Transport A access in Great Temple, but Lucarius is first going to check the Fortress Transport access hint. That's the other reason I see people go for GFMC is the hint. Ooh, and it tells us that Dark Beam is on Jump Guardian.
It's a really good hint.
Well, so far, that does not require missiles, so we could have a very logically late missile launcher this seed. Alternatively, it could just be chilling in Portal Access A.
Yeah. Guess we'll see here in a minute.
Now, based on the audio cue I heard when Asder entered Agon, it sounded like it's a non-key item, like it's not a key in Mining Plaza, but he didn't go peek back to see what it is. I can't even tell what that is in Wind Chamber. Alright, what we're going to see Lucarius do is an extended dash to cross Grand Wind Chamber without Screw Attack or Grapple Beam. Succeeds. Question in chat, why not check the item of the ship? The item does not appear until Jump Guardian is defeated.
Oh, Agon key. Oh, Ing Hive. Don't have to be too worried yet unless we see a second one.
Alright, that is a missile tank in Wind Chamber. So yeah, Lucarius' extended dash here is basically you bunny hop into a scan dash and then perform a space jump after landing while scan dashing, so you get to keep the horizontal momentum for just a bit longer. But it looks like Lucarius is going to take the other way now. Whoops. Astor asked Bomb Guardian to come at him, bro, and he did.
Bomb Guardian found out. Gravity boost.
That's really good to have later. It's not really a thing you need this very minute, but that's great to not have to go hunting for that later. And Lucarius is now back in GFMC.
We could definitely see some Under Torvis action here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if supers show up relatively soon in that case. That is an energy tank, which I'm not going to say no to, considering we are still currently suitless. So, Astor's dive into Agon has netted main power bomb, or will soon net main power bombs, and has netted gravity. While Lucarius has found Emerald Translator, that's about it. So, really no major ability to route diverge yet from this equipment. So we're probably going to see our runners kind of meet up in Dark Agon for a bit. Did we see what's at Mining Station A? I certainly didn't. Oh.
There's something under Safe Station. It looked like maybe grapple?
Well, if it was anything, Lucarius didn't get it, so it must have not been anything particularly important.
Yeah, it was probably grapple then.
Chat's saying it might have been Missile Launcher, which would make sense given that we got Emerald Translator and bombs, which would be enough to put it in play. But yeah, power bombs just utterly break this early part of Agon here. Unfortunately, Astor now has to do the puzzle. But with Space Jump, this is pretty relaxing. You can just get to the top of the third platform via various means. You can either slope jump off this column here. You can actually jump off of the central ramp as well. But that's a very tight jump. It's easier to do the slope jump in my experience.
I actually didn't know you could slope jump onto that platform.
Yeah. If you have Screw Attack, you can also Screw Attack directly into that switch because for some reason it's vulnerable to Screw Attack.
Just like how Dark Burst works on bomb slots.
Yeah. To answer question, chat, Space Jump was not starting item, but it was found early in Temple Assembly site. So yeah, we're pretty much, besides the missile launcher kerfuffle, which we can pretty much ignore, we are pretty much all in launching at this point. Let's see what's up top here. That is a visor upgrade of some kind. It is Amber Translator. Alright, so we know about Dark Beam, and that's perfectly in logic, but we don't have a
Boost ball
upgrade. Alright, so Lucarius is doing the Agon dive now. I don't think, if he peeked Mining Plaza, I didn't see it. I don't think he did. Nah, it definitely didn't peek Mining Plaza.
Astor going to check Broom Closet.
Yeah, generally it's a good idea to check Broom Closet before Jump Guardian, just because it's easier to go down to Jump Guardian and not have to go back up later. Alright, how dangerous is Astor going to make this? Because this is something I love to do. I love to do dangerous trial tunnel back to Judgment Pit.
Really? Because it scares me every time.
It can be scary, but if you just make sure you hit the light fields, especially in this tunnel, you don't take a huge amount of damage.
I still don't know the name of this trick, but Azur's hitting the hitbox for Jump Guardian before actually spawning the boss.
I don't think it has like a specific name. You know, it's just hitting jump guard. It's just jump guardian skip kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll have to come up with a name for it then. And we got labs, not just in Cash 4 and Upper GMC.
Yeah, because bombs and main power bombs gives us lab access with space jump. The labs is technically non-logic without missile launcher, but we're fairly certain that, well, it might be in transport A access, just chilling over there, if we haven't seen missiles already.
Aster first one to get their Dark Beam. All right.
Lucaria's not going to be too far behind, though, and Aster still has to make that GFMC dive anyway, and that was a missile tank in junction site.
Time to check the hole in the wall.
And it's boost. Alright, well, now we can go get Amber Translator. Surprisingly still able to do this without a missile.
Yeah, we must have just missed our missile launcher, or it was under that safe station.
Yeah, assuming it wasn't in Transport A access, then it can either be an in-cache 4, in sand cache behind Amber, or on the ship, GFMC ship. We didn't see Mining Plaza to answer a question in chat, so we don't know what's in there yet. It's always really nice when you're able to check in Cache 4 on your first pass through Agon, because more often than not, if Dark Beam is late, in Cache 4, in my experience, tends to have progression.
I had that happen to me in a multi-world recently, where I got my Dark Beam extremely late into the multi-world, and I had progression in Cache 4.
Usually, when I was in my early multi-world days, Space Jump was the late item I got.
I think it was somebody's beam. I think it was Ice Beam for somebody, if I recall.
To answer question, chat, Morphball bombs were in the transport to Agon elevator. So they were free. Alright, so we have Amber Translator, which gives us access to, at the moment, 4 out of the 5 Amber hints. The 5th one is currently locked by secret missiles. The early boost is really nice too, just because of the extra speed. So Lucaria's not finding that too far behind Asder, so Asder's not going to get too much of a speed advantage here with boost. Alright, hint reads, want to become famous? By default, transmission blocked. That's the new hint. I'm so glad that finally showed up.
That's great. I love that hint. That might be my new favorite hint, or joke hint.
Topical. Alright, so that's both of our joke hints. So now, thankfully, everything should point to items and keys.
Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, there's no way I'm getting a look at Mining Plaza with the scan visor out. Oops.
Oh.
Azur's gonna have to check the pause menu to read that. Here we go. Chica is guarding an E-tank. Aww.
Dang. It's okay. I have 2 bosses left I can hope for.
Alright, so now we're going to see the Hive Chamber checks. Hive Chamber B could have missile launcher. That's been in place since bombs. And if you're wondering why these gates are currently set to empty, it's sort of a holdover from our previous iteration of the even weekly. And the reason why is because... Oh, right, because we don't have a missile to break the switches. Right. Logic kerfuffle, don't worry. For those wondering why the translator gates were off, it's because of a holdover from our previous iteration of Even Weekly. This is the joke hint again for anybody wondering. Want to become famous? Buy Follow It transmission blocked.
Hyperlink blocked.
I need to get into an Adam voice whenever it goes into a computer term. Since now we know what Adam sounds like.
Right, from Dread.
Yeah. That Adam, yeah.
Get a voice changer.
Alright, Hive Chamber B is launcher. Whoa, what do you know?
How does that work, then?
I think you're expected to bomb jump over the gate. The Hive Temple keys are irrelevant. Ooh, that's a ball upgrade. It is Spider.
Interesting. Looks like Lucarius is possibly going into the labs. Yep, they are.
Okay, so wait, if launcher is Hive Chamber B, how are you expected to get over the gate?
I know, that was what I was thinking.
Unless Dark Beam can reach it, or power bombs? I doubt it, but...
Interesting.
Yeah,
might have...
because... Apparently you can screw attack over the gate, which, if that's the case, then screw attack is probably going to show up soon.
If it doesn't, we'll have to have somebody check that.
Oh, yes, Sank? Sank entrance is Sank entrance in play? Yeah, Sank entrance is in play. We have all ball upgrades. And Emerald Translator. Sank entrance could totally have progression right now.
I bet you that might be screw attack then.
Yeah, because you don't need... Oh, Seekers and Torvis. That's a good hint. I didn't see what the Reliquary hint said, though, but I do have a playback. I'll double check real quick.
It was like Ing Sky Cash, something.
Yeah. So Seekers and Torvis is a great hint. That means we have to go to Torvis from the front. Reliquary contains a key of some kind. We might actually have a required Reliquary today. We're going to see GFMC ship now from Asda as well.
This is the good thing about going to Jump Guardian first, is you don't have to come back to get this item, possibly.
And there's Grapple Beam on the ship.
And what was under safe station then? It must have been missile launcher then.
No, missile launcher was in Hive Chamber B.
Oh, weird.
That's why we're still trying to figure out what the logic was asking for to get to, apparently, either screw attack over the gate or charged annihilator. There are no joke hints on the key bearers to answer a question, chat. Only the Luna, the hologram hints, and there's only 2 per seed. Oh, you know what could be, well, we don't have screw attack anyway, so never mind. But we had a weekly, I want to say it was first of the month, where you had to do a one-way point of no return to Phazon Grounds to get your way back through Phazon Grounds. I think Secret Missiles were in Phazon Grounds. But yeah, since we know that Seekers are in Torvis, that means the game is expecting you to go through the front door, which means you either need Light, Dark Beam, and a suit, or Super Missiles. Super Missiles and Light Beam. Possibly not Light Beam if Screw Attack shows up. And to answer question, chat, Boost was in Ink Cache 4, locked by Dark Beam. Alright, so we're going to go without hints for a hot minute here. Labs doesn't have any hints besides the key bearer and main reactor, but we are going to get a few item checks here. We can check pretty much this whole place except for Storage C. Ooh, almost made the jump.
Come on, Aster, you can do it, I believe.
And that looks to be another energy tank in bioenergy production. We're definitely not, by any stretch of the imagination, starved on energy tanks today.
Which is nice, especially if you have late suits.
Yeah, and based on observations, we could have late suits today. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the Hive Temple key hint to see if any of them said Sky Temple grounds, because if so, that could be pointing to the key in Reliquary. Bioenergy tank production. I love that one, Op. I'm going to have to remember that one. Alright, well, Aster's... Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that was pretty good. Go ahead, sorry.
That's alright. Aster is going to go and check Transport A access first now, so now we're going to get a better peek at what was down there. It was... I think it's a multiplayer pickup? No, it's a light ammo tank. Okay, so that would explain why Lucaria skipped it. Our final boss is on, yes. But yeah, we do have the multiplayer pickups enabled, which are unlimited missiles, double damage, and unlimited beam ammo. The latter of the two, double damage and unlimited beam ammo, take the form of a hybrid beam ammo tank that's a bit larger in size. And unlimited missiles takes the form of missile launcher, but it's a little bigger.
Apologies, I'll be right back.
No worries. But yeah, now given the missile launcher kerfuffle, what Lucarius is doing is technically out of play. Now, seeing as we've now seen everything in Dark Agon, it does feel like Sank Entrance does have logical progression, but there are super missiles in sand processing. So that's our way to Torvis. And furthermore, Lucarius is going to take a quick backtrack to go and check Storage C. Now, while Lucarius doesn't currently have Spider Ball from cache, from Sand Cache yet, or might have Spider Ball, I'm not sure. Even without Spider and Boost, you can get this with a Scan Dash, and it looks like Lucarius does have Spider Ball. It's just got to reset the platforms. But yeah, based on everything we're looking at here, Sank Entrance probably has like Screw Attack or something to put Missile Launcher in play, because we're still kind of trying to piece that together. Okay, Asder's getting Spider Ball. And yeah, Lucarius does have Spider.
Apologies, bathroom. I am back. I also had my headphones on, and I heard Supers and Sand Cache.
Super's in Sand Processing.
Sand processing. Alright, then Torv is confirmed, basically.
Yep, we do have Torvus access now. Unfortunately, oh, and Sky Temple Grounds does in fact have an Inghive key, so it is possible Reliquary may not be required. And yeah, the reason why Azur didn't do Sank Entrance now is because he didn't have Spider Ball, so that's why Azur didn't do it on his last pass. Where was Launcher, Bellator? It was in Hive Chamber B.
Which we still have no idea how you logically get to because of that gate.
And we've got no sign of... We think it's Screw Attack or something of that nature in Sank Entrance.
I guess we'll see. Could end up getting it here, too.
This whole area is locked by missile launchers, so...
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Or Light Beam, but even still, getting to Agon Temple requires missile launcher, too, so... I mean, there could still be stuff in here, it's just that, it's just not going to be missile launcher. I was about to giggle if that was going to be unlimited missiles in the game, just calling me a big fat liar there. Alright, we're getting to see main reactor now, courtesy of Lucarius reloading the room, thanks to the way cache storage D is handled.
Recording to logbook.
Dark Oasis has a life support system, so that is out. Since that is a light suit check. And meanwhile, the battleground in cache contains a life support system as well, so that could be a suit. I believe this is our first look at Command Center here. Oh, and I think it's a suit.
It is.
Dark Visor right now would be pretty convenient. Except, no, it wouldn't be because we don't have Light Beam. Therefore, our only way back through here would A, be to be a forced save warp because we don't actually have a way back from Doomed Entry at the moment. And B, we would have to go all the way back to the front end of Agon and go back through Warrior's Walk.
Are save warps in logic for this seed?
No. Save warps aren't in logic, but you can use it to get yourself out of a soft lock. Ooh, that would be Cannonball up there. Given that we've seen all the other ball upgrades. So for those not in the know, what Cannonball is an item the game gives you when you're fired out of a kinetic orb cannon, and when you have Cannonball, while morphed, you are invulnerable to almost all damage. You deal 500,000 damage per frame to vulnerable enemies, and you lose it when you go back into a cannon. The only downside is that it no longer does boost ball damage, so enemies that were vulnerable to boost ball are getting yeeted around like Asder just did. You can't do that with Cannonball.
Bowling for pirates.
Sorry, there's no credits of that nature in this game.
Dang.
Rest in peace, WeConnect 24.
Well, it makes a really good point that Sync Entrance could have Annihilator, and there's a Light Beam ammo expansion somewhere, and we did get one under that save station, so...
Yeah, and that was put in logic with bombs and Emerald Translator.
So it's possible.
Yeah, I would definitely consider Sank Entrance at this point. Although, if expansions aren't taken into account, then it's either Light Beam or Screw Attack. Light Beam Annihilator, or Light Beam or Screw Attack, yeah. So, having said that, yeah, Sank Entrance is definitely the play at this point, but it looks like Lucarius is going to instead go to Torvis. Alright, Lucarius is also going to do the Hive Chamber B checks here. Oh, you know what we could have? We could, not logical yet, but we could have Vanilla Seeker Missiles. The only thing stopping us from Vanilla Seeker Missiles right now is, Light Beam.
No, didn't we get a check that said Seekers were in Torvis?
Yes, it was hinted in Agon Energy Controller. Which Lucarius, I don't believe, actually read. I don't think Lucarius went back to Agon Energy Controller to read the hint after picking up Amber Translator. Whoa, almost picked up the map.
The map's deadly, man.
Alright, that's Asder's Supers. But yeah, quite a peculiar missile launcher logic here.
Yeah. Really hoping we see something on Sank Entrance, because if we don't, then we gotta figure out where that progression came from.
But yeah, at this point, I think after you do get whatever was in Sank Entrance, you go straight to Torvis.
There was a stream I watched. It was quite a while ago, but Randomizer did mess up and put something in logic that was technically out of logic somehow, and it just worked, thankfully. But
yeah,
it's possible.
We had a Nightmare Seed in last summer where you were expected to go through GFMC once and get all the equipment in one fell swoop. You had to get a suit in Agon, Dark Agon, and then go back to GFMC to pick up Light Suit and Dark Visor at GFMC and Fortress Transport Access, and Emerald Translator, I think. And if you didn't do that on your first pass and saved afterwards, you had no way back to GFMC. Not even there weren't even a cheeseburger or screw attack to get you back, and you had a dead file. Yeah, it's a nightmare scenario, and it's very rare, but it did happen.
I have that happen to me a couple times. I had it happen recently where I had gone to GFMC, got stuck there, and actually I had progression before it that I could have gotten. I don't know why Randomizer allows you to do that, per se, but
I'm not an expert on the development field either, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lucarius already packing, both runners in fact, already packing 6 power bombs, not even just about a little over half hour in. But yeah, Lucarius is going to go and check Sank Entrance after picking up Grapple Beam. Which, Grapple's not really... Well, considering we haven't found Screw Attack, Grapple actually could be a pretty big indicator. Because it is entirely possible that Screw is Grapple locked, like in Path of Roots or Abandoned Worksite or something.
We will see. I think the only time Grapple is good after you have Screw Attack is for like one check, I think, where you can't use Screw Attack.
It's more so for getting yourself across rooms like Abandoned Worksite and Path of Roots a little quicker, because you do get a little bit of a forward speed boost when you start a grapple.
Okay.
On top of that, you also get up to Abandoned Worksite, the top of Abandoned Worksite, Abandoned Worksite a little bit faster. Rather than have to climb up the elevator or Screw Attack bonk up to the wall or take your pick of however many methods you feel like climbing up there. Thankfully, with Dark Beam and main power bombs, this is a relatively easy fight. You just have to hope that the Dark Pirates don't shield you, which they can do, and it's quite annoying when they do that. You also don't want to let those grenades they throw accidentally detonate on the Phazon canisters, especially when you're near them.
Yeah, those do a ridiculous amount of damage.
Yeah, because I think the Phazon canisters do 80 damage, and the grenades can do up to 50. Like, they're actually surprisingly dangerous.
I had somebody die in the middle of their multi-world, in the middle of one of our multi-worlds because of that.
I too fell victim to that once, semi-recently. Alright, here is our Sank entrance check from Lucaria, so we're going to finally see what's back here that's been causing the hubbub logically this whole time. And unfortunately, Lucarius just lost his cannonball.
He has boost, he'll be fine. That looked like screw attack.
And Chica's dead anyway, so... Chat saying it was looked like light. We're gonna get another look at it in a second. I couldn't see it from this distance. Chat's confirming it was light beam, so that means that the path to meeting grounds, is the way forward. So that would mean. So Light Beam gives you meeting grounds access. We know it's not vanilla secret missiles. And yep, it's glowing like a Christmas tree. It must be Light Beam. So that would put Missile Launcher in logic, and the way you would do that is you would backdoor it through meeting grounds using boost to go up the half pipe, drop out before getting into the interior tunnel to Hall of Honor dead, and go to landing site that way, or just take the super missile tunnel. That works too. Well, actually, no, it doesn't, because you would need launcher for that technically first. So, yeah, you go from the top of the tunnel, the half pipe, to fall down in the tunnel to go to landing site. That gets you to Hive Chambers.
That's crazy.
And then you can just open the gate from the other side anyway, after picking up missile launcher.
That's actually crazy.
But yeah, with Light Beam in tow, Phazon Grounds is not in logic. We still need either Dark Visor or Screw Attack. Looks like Lucarius does not care, though. And might even blind check it.
Guess we'll see.
It's still a good idea to at least peek it, get it out of the way. I don't think this is a Reliquary play, because Reliquary can't be done without Dark Visor anyway. So, I think Lucarius is just going ahead to quickly peek the item, and I could not see what that was.
I couldn't either.
But yeah, the next play is definitely Torvis, though. I do agree with Golub on this one. Alright, Asdra's going to go ahead and read the hint here, which reads... The Cobalt Translator is in Culling Chamber. That's a good hint. That's a good spot for it, too.
Yeah.
That is in logic, actually, because we just got Light Beam, which gives us access through Agon Temple to the spider side of Sanctuary. And also, I missed this, apparently. Asdar scanned the Defiled Shrine to discover that is also a key. So we've got 2 keys. That's unlimited missiles, by the way. So we've got 2 keys in Sky Temple grounds. One of them is red, at least. One of them we know is an Inghive. We don't know about the other one. Asdar's thinking about picking up unlimited... Asdar's deciding against unlimited missiles. Yeah, unlimited missiles is nice, but it would take a little long to pick that up.
Yeah, that's not so much of a free check.
Yeah, personally, for my part, if that was unlimited beam ammo or double damage, I personally would pick that up because I don't play defensively with ammo most of the time. So, but missiles are pretty easy to replenish. Beam ammo can sometimes be a pain in the backside.
Recording to Lobby.
But yeah, with supers and gravity in tow, with both beams as well, we also have pretty much full lower Torvis access. So there is a huge amount of stuff we can do in Torvis. Alright, we got another hint, and it reads, Umos 2 is a dark ammo tank.
Recording to Lobby.
Nothing of importance there. And look at this sync, by the way. Like, runners are both going through Path of Eyes virtually simultaneously. Major difference, though, is that Asder is not packing Light Beam. So that's actually going to lock out a significant number of checks on his end, including Abandoned Worksite and Forgotten Bridge. As well as everything between Grove and Plaza. Now, luckily they have gravity, so if Screw Attack is in Torvis Lagoon again, it's not going to be that insulting of a check.
Also, Aster is missing Emerald.
That is true. Asder never went back for that, and it was in Dynamo Chamber. Interesting that Asder doesn't have it, actually. Missile upgrade in Poison Bog. That can't be Seekers. We know it's not there. Unless he picked it up while we weren't looking. That's Dynamo Chamber. I mean, I've skipped it before, having said that, but it seems like Dynamo Chamber wouldn't be something you skip. Chat's saying it might have checked. We'll see in a second when he checks the Path of Roots hint.
Yeah. SpeedGaming Francis.
Welcome aboard, folks. Thanks for the raid. You are joining us in the middle of the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer Community Weekly Race. Ooh, Dark Visor is up to 3 rooms from Transit Tunnel South. That's a great hint. I think all of those items are in play. So, yeah, that's a free Dark Visor.
Getting a lot of really good hints this time around.
That's a red key. We can scan that, actually, to see who it belongs to.
With my hope, it's an Inghive key and something's on quad.
Nope.
Dang it.
So yeah, that only puts into play Gathering Hall, Dynamo Chamber, or not Dynamo Chamber, Hydro Dynamo Station, Transit Tunnel East, Training Chamber. Oh, there's Annihilator in Great Bridge. This seat is actually, like, almost free. Like, we're literally almost looking for just Seekers and Screw Attack now.
This could end up being a jet seat depending on where they are.
Yeah, the only major question mark might end up being Light Suit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's 0 rooms away. I don't think there can ever be a 0 rooms away. Alright, Abandoned Worksite has our first Sky Temple key of the night. What was in Lagoon? It was a missile. Ooh, nice power bomb drops there for Asder. Those street bats just wanted a hug.
They're just misunderstood.
Alright, we're going to see the Torvis Energy Controller check from Asder now, which also gives us another hint.
Would you have a pet shriek bat?
Not really. Alright, the Dark Torvis keys are in Dark Torvis, so they're irrelevant, never mind. But they're not in Sky Temple Grounds, so there's no red Torvis keys in Sky Temple Grounds. That actually makes it a good chance that either Reliquary or reliquary or whatever the most other recent check we saw that said key is required. There's Seekers and Torvus Temple access.
All we're waiting on is Screw Tech and Light.
We might actually know where Light Suit is because we know the Battleground in cache is a life support system. So there is a very significant chance that that's Light Suit.
True.
Which, if that's the case, the only major question mark is Screw Attack. Oh. The other suit is in Reactor Core.
Recording to logbook.
Okay.
Because it's one room away from Sank Map. So yeah, the only question mark is Screw Attack.
You know what I can hope for? Vanilla Screw Attack.
That would be pretty bad, actually. Because yeah, if Screw Attack is anywhere in Vault Side Sank, so anywhere between Watch Station Access and Sentinel's Path, then by logic, Caretaker Drone is required. We've only seen one Agon key, and that was in Portal Chamber. Quad? Yeah, Quad could have Screw Attack, since we have Annihilator already. But that would mean we definitely have to find Echo Visor first. We have to find Echo Visor first by logic anyway, but... I think this is going to be a play for hints now, at least from Lucarius. Asdra, meanwhile, is back in Agon and is going for Warrior's Walk with those super missiles. And Battleground, for that matter. I'm surprised he's doing this now instead of waiting until picking up Dark Visor and Lower Torvus. Having said that, he's also not picked up Light Beam.
Screw on Quad? Oh, I'd be so happy. I mean, it'd be bad for the runners, but I'd be happy.
Could Screw be on Quad? We have Grapple. Grapple was on the ship. So that is a logical it is a logical Inghive key. And unlimited beam ammo and Warrior's Walk. That is an excellent pickup to just come across like that.
I will say we shouldn't get our hopes up until we see the second Inghive key pop up.
Is Backdoor and Quad ever in Logic? I think so. But to get to that section of Quad, you would to get to that door, you would need Screw Attack anyway.
I believe Backdoor and Quad is always in Logic if you have the items to do it.
Yeah, Annihilator, Screw, and Echo. And yep, this is our play for hints. Here we go.
I see a lot of runners just forego even Echo and just Screw an Annihilator for Quad.
Yeah, generally it's pretty okay to do... Oh, that's a Sky Temple key in War Ritual Grounds. That's going to be key number 9. That's been pretty common lately, like a Sky Temple key in War Ritual Grounds. Nice missile.
Kari is going to check his Sky Temple key hints.
Alright, so we've got the one known in War Ritual Grounds, but we are still otherwise 7 keys missing. Let's see what we got.
Get your pen and paper.
Way ahead of you. Defiled Shrine. Okay, so that's an STK. Ooh, so keys 8 and 9 are both here. That's nice. Gathering Hall. That's not great, but otherwise it's still logically free. Main Research. That's free. Transit station, that's free. That's next to main research.
Hall of Combat Mastery.
That's definitely free.
Watch station.
And Warworld Showgrounds, we know about that. And so that's one key missing still. And it is Dark Agon Temple. A Morbus is required.
Yes! I get a boss!
Right at the end of the hints. Way to slip in the insult there, game. And Lucarius, I do believe, knows about the Agon key and portal chamber, so we have one Agon key known, and we do not have the Agon key hint yet. Furthermore, well, actually, no, the Reliquary key is probably an Inghive key, unless we see an Agon key hint and it references Sky Temple. Other than that, and the Screw Attack kerfuffle, the keys aren't that bad. Like, you can literally go from Gathering Hall to Vaultside Sank from the elevator there and get the remaining Sky Temple keys that way. And then get a Morbus and then warp to start, get the last two in front of Sky Temple Gate. So the keys themselves are actually really, really great. It's just, unfortunately, the last one is on a Morbus.
Somebody said Dark Agon key on quad.
That actually could happen.
Quad is only half dead, so...
That can happen, and I cannot believe I'm actually okay with this.
Oh man, if that happened, I would lose it.
Alright, Lucarius is intentionally draining missiles to get a almost guaranteed 10 drop here. Nice guaranteed 10 drop game. Thank you.
I think Aster is wishing now he had gone for those unlimited missiles. Maybe a little bit.
Alright, so we know Chick is dead, so unfortunately that can't be an Agon key. But it looks like Lucarius is going to... Well, that's the light suit hint, so he's going to be happy to see... I think, actually, you don't... Given what we know, I don't think I agree with the Plaza play here. I think it's honestly a bit better here to get your lower Torvis keys, read the hints, go get light suit, since the Sank Vault elevator will put you nice and close. And then... Ooh, that's a red key. Who does that belong to? Not a Morbus.
It could be Aster is still looking for that screw attack.
Yeah, Asder doesn't realize that Light Beam is hasn't clicked yet, that Light Beam's in Sank entrance. That's an energy tank in Phazon grounds. I can see that a little more clearly now. And welcome in the folks from the main Speed Gaming channel. You join us in the middle of what has become a very interesting race here in the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer weekly community race. We haven't required a Morbus, but very little intel on Agon keys.
Yeah, this is definitely interesting for sure. Not a jet seed, but not the worst seed in the world.
Yeah, it just stopped being a jet seed about 2 minutes ago.
Could be worse. Could be much worse.
It could be a lot worse. It could be one of my seeds. In which case, runners would have to do a Morbus pretty much out of obligation, because either the keys would be so conveniently placed, or that there would be a key in Mining Plaza.
I heard bashes and Diggle seeds can get pretty bad too.
They're the original worst seed rollers before I started rolling a lot of garbage weeklies last summer.
I don't know why. The only thing I can think of why they're going back to Agon is just just to find that that screw attack.
Lucarius also hasn't finished reading the rest of the Agon hints, and the hint that Asder read in Mining Station B, by the way, because Asder did peek that, was that a movement system was in Temple Assembly Site, which is unfortunately referring to Space Jump.
A little late there, game.
But it looks like Lucarius is going to check those items now. Now, Lucarius is going to be able to check storage A here. Aster had to skip out on this because no light beam. And what is that, a light ammo tank? Yeah, that's a light ammo tank. Because I actually never saw what was in Mining Station B itself.
Recording to logbook.
Yeah, wrong movement system, unfortunately. We would have loved for that to... Well, Lucarius would have loved for that to be a screw attack hit. Never mind, it's right here in Storage A. That would be... we are looking for Agon keys, folks. That is our go mode.
Wow.
Wow, that is a huge oof for Aster right now.
That might be the deciding factor on who's going to win this race.
Yeah, like, Aster is probably going to find a Sank entrance hint in these lower Torvis checks. Because there's A, 3 hints here. B, we know that this will put him relatively close to Cobalt Translator on the way out, since it's in Culling Chamber, and Sank Vault Side's not too far from here. But, yeah, that's going to be a routing nightmare for Aster.
It's just that one odd play, or sometimes that just one check.
Agon, Sank, and Temple Grounds have the Sky Temple keys, so Quad is dead.
Dang it.
Or wait, no. It was Agon, Sank, and Torvis, not Temple Grounds, because Torvis had an Agon key for sure.
Okay, then my hope is still alive.
So the other keys are in Agon and Sank. If they're in Agon, then the only place they can actually be is right here in Ventilation Area A. We've literally cleared out the rest of Agon.
That looks like Echo.
Oh, in Transit Tunnel East?
Yeah.
It would be the hinted Dark Visor.
Oh, yeah, we did get that hint earlier.
And yep, that's key number 2. So the third key's got to be like right around the corner. And there's the Echo Visor hint. Oh, it's in Temple Grounds. Interesting. That means it has to be in Fortress Transport Access, since we've literally tossed the rest of the place. I think. But yeah, if Lucarius is really lucky, then this last Agon key is just going to be... Oh no, Hall of Combat Mastery we know is a Sky Temple key. So yep, Nightmare scenario involving Caretaker Drone avoided. Lucarius currently, I think, only has one Agon key.
Yeah.
He did not get the one in Torvis, which was Portal Chamber. He knows about it, but he hasn't gotten it yet. Unless he got it while I wasn't looking.
I didn't see him get it.
Alright, we know Culling Chamber has Cobalt Translator, which Lucarius is probably not going to bother getting at this point, since all remaining hints are pretty much noted. The only thing is Cobalt might still be required if Spider Guardian has the last Agon key. So actually, I would get that Cobalt Translator just as insurance.
Yeah, you don't want to take any chances. He's got kind of a lead at the moment, so...
Alright, Aster is unfortunately, even with Dark Visor Seekers, is not heading back towards GFMC. But yeah, as far as checks in Sank that could have the key, the ones that are bad would be the worst. Actually, the actual worst 2 places that the key could be right now would be Main Gyro Chamber and Airy. Because Main Gyro needs Echo and Airy needs Echo. So any Echo Visor lock checks right now would be a disaster, because then we'd have to go get Light Suit in Reactor Core, then backtrack all the way to Temple Grounds to go pick up Fortress Transport Access for Echo Visor. Because, yeah, I don't think I left out any other checks in Temple Grounds, right? Yeah.
Recording to logbook.
Yep, there's the guaranteed Amorbus hint. There's no Agon key in Temple Grounds, but Echo Visor is in Temple Grounds. And the only place that's left in Temple Grounds that we haven't seen yet is Fortress Transport Access. That, by the way, was really dangerous, Lucarius. The last time I tried doing that, it crashed the game.
Recording to logbook.
Last time I did that, I blew myself up.
Oh, we just found the last key, I think.
Yep.
Oh boy, if I had played this seed, I would have been really glad if I had Screw Attack at this point. I'd like to Screw Attack into that tunnel for it, and also it's a good thing Lucarius picked up Cobalt Translator, because logically Spider Guardian is required, but Lucarius is going to skip it here.
I don't think anybody likes Spider, honestly. Spider Guardian's one of the least favorite bosses.
Mainly, what really soured a lot of people's interest in Spider Guardians, because especially in the 2019 tournament, he was required almost all the time. Thankfully, he got toned down and wasn't nearly as required since. And look at that, second try, instant morph, and that would put Lucarius in, well, besides the Torvis key, go mode.
Did
The
Azure
Torvis
just...
Agon key.
I think that might just been my eyes playing tricks on me, but when Aster boosted into that face-on tank, did he just lose like half of his health?
Probably.
That was scary.
I wasn't paying attention, admittedly. But Azure is about to get Light Beam and is probably going to be well annoyed at this, especially considering that despite everything we have seen, none of them included a Light Beam hint.
Yeah. So I guess when you think about it, if you try and think about it logically, it was sort of obvious after a certain point.
Yep, there's the Light Beam. I can't wait to explain the missile launcher logic to these two.
Yeah, that missile launcher logic is absolutely crazy.
So yeah, the seed ended up being, you know, mostly mild with a little bit of comedy.
Yeah. Would have been nicer if I had quad, though. Always hoping for that.
Alright, so I think what Lucarius is going to do here is get the remaining Sank keys. So he's got, what, Watch Station access, Main Research, and Transit Station. Doesn't have to go get Light Suit, so is probably going to skip it.
Nope. I think Seeker's screwed with Aster again.
As they do.
Echo Seekers, everybody.
Oh, this would be for a power bomb drop more than anything. There's the other Torvis key.
Ah, they did.
Oh yeah, it was for Seekers, what do you know? Alright, so this is the main research key. So this can be acquired via a nice slope jump screw up to the wall. Transit Station also has a very convenient cheese.
Yeah, Screwtech's really broken. If I recall, it's also very broken in Prime 3.
Screw Attack does do you a lot of favors in Prime 3, yeah. Which does, in fact, have a randomizer using the same program in its beta early testing phase.
I can't wait till it comes out of beta. I'm going
Me
to run that
too.
game. I'm going to run the heck out of it.
So yeah, right now Lucarius just has to go, and this is the right path here, back to Torvis to go get the last Agon key, and then it's just also Gathering Hall seeing as that key's required. And then after that, it's Amorbis and then the 2 Sky Temple Grounds keys. So yeah, again, the keys laid themselves out really well today.
Aster getting his light suit.
Yep. So Aster has light suit, is probably going to check Sank map anyway, just because it's right. Oh, is not going to check Sank map, is going to get the Sky Temple key and Transit Station instead. Or no, it's going to go straight through to Mini Gyro. No Cobalt Translator yet, so Cobalt's right here, though. So what Lucarius has to do here is boost over the statue, getting a very precise angle off the spider track.
Oh. I've never seen anybody get stuck there.
It's rare, but it can happen. But yeah, Lucarius is going to see Dark Visor here, which actually he does need that because of War Ritual Grounds. And Defiled Shrine for that matter.
Puts hyper bombs in Elysia. Shush.
But yeah, this seed was, again, besides that logic kerfuffle, pretty free.
Maybe I'm just good luck. All the seeds I've commentated on so far have been not bad seeds.
Maybe. Because, yeah, you've commentated one of my seeds and one of Gollop's seeds now.
Yeah, both were not that bad.
I assure you, though, my seeds being good are a rarity.
Yes, I've not yet to experience a wonderful Captain Seed yet.
If you want to experience one, just look at the first weeklies from either this month or last month. The March 1st weekly was something else. It was a late Sank start, a vault side Sank start, and you basically had to go in between watch station and main research a couple of times.
Oh gosh. Also, welcome everybody.
Yeah, so now the Gathering Hall key, this one's going to be a little slow.
I imagine the seeds for CGC are going to be painful. In all honesty, the multi-world seeds have been really painful lately.
Yeah, the last one I ran in a race last night was relatively benign, but there was still a little bit of comedy to be found. Oops, Lucaria spawned instead of boosted.
Common mistake.
Do that all the time too.
Did Asder ever go and get a Sky Temple key? Sky Temple key hints?
I don't think so. I think Asder is sweeping through looking for Screw Attack right now.
He just got the hint for Amorbis.
Yeah, so now that he's seen that Sky Temple key, he's probably going to instant morph into the tunnel.
Yeah, I imagine that. Or not. That's weird.
Maybe he isn't comfy with the instant morph. Personally, I prefer the Screw Attack method. I actually can't do the instant morph yet. I'm a weird runner where I prefer using Screw Attack to solve all my problems rather than the instant morphs.
I think the Screw Attack's easier, in all honesty, too.
Alright, so Asder is going to sweep through Sank. Unfortunately, though, Asder's Sank dive is going to end at Sank Energy Controller due to the lack of Screw Attack. Although there is a way to get to Sentinel's Path without Screw Attack, and therefore giving you access to Vault Side Sank without Caretaker. But unfortunately, it's a little on the rough side.
Yeah.
And that's the Supers and Agon hint there. Oh, which means Asder's also picked up Cobalt Translator.
Oh yeah, he did.
Alright, we're getting a look inside Sank Temple access. Looks to be a missile expansion. And I believe this is where Asder's dive will end.
You will have to come back for that key, though.
Unfortunately.
And he saw the Sky Temple key there. Poor Asder.
Asder might be thinking about doing a boost jump here. Let's see. Okay, he's going to try and attempt a roll jump. So yeah, there's a couple of ways you can do this room without screw attack. You can either roll off the edge like this and hopefully get a instant unmorph with a space jump. Like so.
Hey.
Alternatively, if you use boost ball, if you boost with the camera angled sideways, boost past the wall, so that way you get the instant unmorph that way, but you have almost scan dash level speed. The light beam can be found exactly for...
Or room.
Did that say light beam? No, because light beam.
Yeah, no, it said light beam.
I'm gonna have to read again what it said. Hold on.
It's like light beam 4 rooms away from something.
Oh, Sky Temple Key 2. Okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure that I almost thought for a second that read like Cache 2 or something. But yeah, Sky Temple Key 2 was Sky Temple Key 2 is Transit Station.
Thanks, game.
Alright, so Lucarius just grabbed the last Agon key out of Portal Chamber, and I think the fastest way for him to get back now is to bust out from the portal and go to Agon via the temple, because that would put him literally right in front of the portal. Alright, Asder getting a second try watch station door skip. Also, nice light beam hint in Sanctuary game, by the way. Very appreciated. Oh, nice sunburst. Next to the light beam hint, no less.
It's like just insult to injury, I feel like.
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna see the aerial training site checks now. A couple of items here. I mean, we're mainly just looking for... I mean, there's actually, like, literally nothing of value at this point besides double damage. That would be... That looks to be, like, one of the... that looks to be a Torvus key, I think. It's either a Torvus key or the last Ignite key. Let's see what Asder decides to do here, because he can do one of two things. He can either try to go for a vanilla screw attack without screw attack, which is possible. You just have to do some scan dash shenanigans or boost jumps, take your pick. Not boost jumps, extended dashes. But yeah, Lucarius is going to bust out of here, go down the temple exit way, and this will put him right in front of a Morbus. Alright, luckily because Asder came through this way, it should be a free ride to Sank Temple, Sank Energy Controller. Where was the soup? Where was beam ammo again? I know Asder found it, but where was that? It was someplace rather nice. Well, at least Asder is validated. The missile launcher can be found in Hive Chamber B. Warrior's Walk, that's the one. Yeah, Lucarius isn't going to get that.
Thanks, game. So the unlimited beam ammo, it was in that room in Agon, Dark Agon, with all the Phazon underneath the floor. I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, Warrior's Walk.
Yep.
It's the one. It's like one of the. It's like the only super missile check in Dark Agon.
Yep, that was it.
So yeah, pretty much the only missing like major unique item, I guess, is double damage. Because we found unlimited missiles, it was in Hall of Honor dead. But Lucarius has Light Beam, which by itself is pretty much enough to make this fight relatively trivial. And it looks like Aster's just going to go ahead and get the last Agon key, or his first, off of Spider Guardian.
Worm Rave! We break out the punch.
Alright, Lucarius looking to conserve light ammo and start with super missiles here. Alright, so Lucarius taking down a Morbus while Aster fights off Spider Guardian. Alright, so if Lucarius is fast enough, which he was, Lucarius has just gotten Worm Skip set up, so by bombing the second worm before the first worm actually gets off the central sphere there, it basically has the game repeat Phase 2, but once you complete Phase 2 again, the boss ends without the third worm. However, if you do Worm Skip during that during the second Phase 2 part, you will soft lock the game. So don't do it a second time. But yeah, pretty much flawless Morbus on Lucarius' part. Although Aster not having too much trouble with Spider Guardian either.
No, he's doing good.
So yeah, a little slope jump screw attack here that lets you reach the top of this without having to hit the energy crystal with Dark Beam, and then you can just mosey right on out of Agon. And from here, it's just a nice, easy save warp to start.
Despite how, oh wait, we still have final bosses, never mind. I was gonna say, despite how, rudish the seed was in certain areas, this was gonna be quicker than the last one I commentated on, but we have final bosses in this one. Forgot.
Yeah, thankfully with this equipment, final bosses is relatively smooth. I mean, Lucarius doesn't have any of the multiplayer pickups, but even still, he's got plenty of ammo, Annihilator Beam, super missiles. This is going to be this should be relatively painless.
Yeah.
Might try and get a few power bombs in Great Temple, Sky Temple, because the way those last few Ingworm cache thingies in Sky Temple work is that they're guaranteed to either give you 10 missiles or a power bomb if you already have full missiles. So they're a great way to restore, to get your power bombs refilled before Emperor 2 especially. But that would be Aster's first Dark Agon key. I didn't even pay attention to what was on Spider Guardian himself.
I didn't either. I don't think
based on what I'm looking at, it must have been oh, it was missiles. Okay, I thought it was a power bomb because I see Aster has a 7th power bomb, and I don't remember where that came from.
Congregated it out of thin air.
Alright, we're going to see the Sank map station check now from Aster, courtesy of that Cobalt translator that he had to pass up on his first pass. Or not?
I guess not. Oh, he's going for this key.
Yeah, it's going to get transit station and main research first. Alright, looks like Aster's going to attempt a bomb space jump here in order to multi-bomb space jump to get up to the spider track. Succeeds first try. Well done.
Yeah, that's hard. Nice.
And yep, with War Ritual Grounds and Defiled Shrine both being keys, they're just so conveniently placed, you can just grab them here and then make your way right into Sky Temple. Oh, apparently Quad had Dark Burst according to that main research hint.
Totally worth it.
Yeah, with the key and reliquary hint and the possibility that the Agon key could have been on area or main gyro, this seed could have been the Quad is stuck in the piston.
He's having a good time.
Yeah, look, he's actually stuck in the. Okay, now he's out, and he almost got. He just got caught right back in.
Oh no, Aster.
I have never seen that before ever.
The game is just not treating Aster well today.
It is not.
Poor guy. Gotta feel for him.
Alright, so Lucarius is going to get a safety save here, just in case something goes terribly wrong in the next 5 minutes.
Understandable.
He's going to get the guaranteed power bomb drops from here. And yeah, as they're just confirming the Agon key hints. Yeah, those Agon keys were pretty spread out. I'm trying to think what hints are left that we haven't read. I think we've read all the lower Torvus hints. We've read all the Torvus hints for sure. I think the only hint we actually haven't read is Sank Entrance. Ooh, Lucarius running a little low on light ammo there, but gets the Phase 1 pretty handily. Well done. Lays a perfect power bomb for the first tentacles. Gets a nice light beam refill there. Perfect second power bomb. Ooh, that third tentacle went in right before the power bomb reached.
Third tentacle was afraid.
But nothing a fourth power bomb couldn't fix. Ooh, that screwed one a little high. Ooh. And would you look at that, storage A screw attack hint in Sank Entrance. Well, it's hinted as a major upgrade, but yep, that's basically it. Ooh, Emperor Ing is giving Lucarius a bit of a rough time here. The problem is that Lucarius is starting the screw attack way too high. Generally for Emperor Ing 3 is that what you want to do is, when you make the space jump, yeah, like right there, do it low.
Because you're trying to essentially clip into him.
Not even clip into him, it's just that you don't want to go too high to accidentally hit his torso.
There we go. He got it. He got it.
Yeah, luckily we do get a full health restore for this, but Lucarius does not have enough light ammo to get the 25 Annihilator shots on DS3. So is either going to be doing some math in his head, or is going to probably just grab a quick drop here. It should be virtually guaranteed.
Yeah, he's got time. Or not.
He's just going to go for it. So Lucarius is going to be short. And yep, Fortress Transport Access had Echo Visor. So yeah, that's going to be... Lucarius is going to be 74 damage short. Just dropped by another 30. I mean, that's about as good as it's going to get at this point. Ooh, and Lucarius is went for a charged Dark Beam to start there. Interesting. I've never seen that trick used before. I usually just open up with a screw attack ASAP. But it looks like that's going to be a centering. Still, a centering after reduction to 40% HP is pretty good.
It's not the worst fight.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really any danger here, it's just that it takes a while.
Yeah. And again, he's got plenty of time.
Alright, so 2 more shots should do it. Oh, it's going to be 1 more now because Stark Samus is coming back down. Alright, that's the last shot, we hope. Yep, it is, and Lucarius finishes the race with an official race time GG time of 1:28.47, and Lucarius is going to take first amongst the community in this weekly. Very well played by Lucarius.
We need to get them that invite.
Yeah, I think we have to send a manual link, which I will do so.
Alright. Yeah, screw attack was the turning point. It was that and also light beam that Astor not checking Sanctuary or Sync entrance early really messed them up for the late game.
Meanwhile, Astor's about to get the very bad news that keys are in bad spots.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if he forfeits after seeing the Amorbus one.
Recording to logbook. Recording to logbook.
Oh wait, he already had the Amorbus one. What am I saying? Hello, hello!
Hello, greetings.
Congratulations, GG, Lucarius.
Thank you. Whew, that was a race.
Indeed. So, the big break for you was that on your first pass to Mining Station B, you had you had Light Beam, so you could check Storage A, and you happened upon Screw Attack.
Wow.
That was the big break for you amongst everybody, I would wager.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because we've learned just semi-recently that the Screw Attack hint is in Sank entrance.
Ooh, yikers.
Yeah, it was in Sync. I think you just said that it was in Sync entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Cobalt being in Culling Chamber meant, yeah, that was going to be a rough backtrack.
Yeah, indeed. Wow. I really looked into that one.
Indeed. Your routing in general was pretty solid. You, after your Agon dive, eventually got to Sank entrance for Light Beam. And we figured that Light Beam had to be, or Light or Screw had to be in Sank entrance, basically because of the way Missile Launcher was handled.
I see. How so? With the missile launcher?
So, because Missile Launcher was in Hive Chamber B, the only way you could get to that check in logic was either to screw attack over the gate or to go around from meeting grounds, from the meeting grounds side, go up the half pipe, drop through the tunnel there, and go to landing site.
I see. Is the bomb jump not in logic there?
The bomb jump is not in logic in this difficulty.
I see.
So...
It was really, really weird.
Yeah, the bomb jump is intermediate difficulty.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, so in that bit of routing there, I actually decided against going to Torvus. So when I went to ship, I had in my mind, like, okay, Torvus is in logic now, so I'm just going to go to ship and then go to Torvus through there. And then I saw the light block, and I'm like, wait, I'm missing something here. So then I figured, okay, it has to be either Sank Entrance or Warrior's Walk or one of the checks beyond that. Because I just recently got supers, because I never checked supers.
Yeah, Warrior's Walk had unlimited beam ammo.
Oh, wow.
Cache A, we just saw your credits, had double damage.
Mm-hmm.
And the unlimited missiles was in Hall of Honor Dead.
Okay. Huh.
Alright, Aster's just discovering the portal chamber key. You scanned that key earlier, and that definitely helped when it was discovered that Amorphous was required.
Oh, yeah. Wow, like, that as well is one of those things where I feel like my routing was really good, because I intentionally went there to check the item, but also that I just lucked into most of those Morbius keys, because I don't think I actually got the hint for where the Agon keys were.
It was there somewhere. I'm just trying to remember. It was in Lower Torvus, the Agon key hint.
Oh yeah, I hadn't scanned those. Huh.
And the keys were in, it said Agon, Sank, and Torvus. And the Agon one, you picked it up already, but it was in...
Ventilation A?
Ventaria A, yeah. But yeah, the keys in general routed actually really well. Like, we were a little bit worried about screw attack, but then you just walked right into it in Storage A, so...
Yeah, I screamed when I saw that. I was ecstatic.
Yeah, that's actually a rarity. It's really actually not that common that we have progression in Storage A, especially considering that needs both beams, secret missiles, and main power bombs to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In general, screw attack was very late this seed. It tends to be much earlier.
It does, yes. We thought for a minute that Reliquary would be required since that was hinted as a key, but then we saw that an Inghive key was in Sky Temple grounds based on the Inghive key hint, and was that Sonic Boom in Putrid Alcove?
Yes, it was.
Well, Azur's also about to happen upon... Well, was about to happen upon double damage, but looks to be skipping it.
Yeah, when I passed that, I knew where my go mode was. I just ran past it.
Gotta respect Asger for not forfeiting and continuing the run.
I mean, they've got all the items except for screw attack, so I think they're doing quite fine.
And yeah, Astor read the major and Storage A hint, so...
Oh, okay.
Should at least know something is there. Probably just routing it in with Amorphous, since you don't really need screw attack for anything else here.
That's true.
Astor actually skipped the screw attack for getting to the watch station side of Sank. Did the roll jump in watch station access.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
Yeah, that's on... skipping watch station access is on my to-learn list of tricks before CGC, and that's coming real soon, jeez. I gotta get cracking.
Yeah, you do.
I feel like that one is not useful that often, the watch station access skip one. But man, when you need it, it is so lame when you can't do it.
Yeah, you also skip Spider Guardian using the instant morph, the tunnel instant morph, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Astor decided to fight Spider Guardian instead.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that is quite the time sink as well. If you're not consistent at the item like the way I did it, then that could be a great time sink.
Yeah, personally, I use the screw attack method to get into the tunnel, but it's to each their own, really.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that one is very consistent as well when you know how to do it.
Yeah, I think it just depends on the angle you enter the tunnel at, pretty much. Alright, Aster is now going to... I'm fairly certain, yeah, Aster's going to get the abandoned worksite key. And then I think after that, the keys he's got left is Amorbis, the two ones in front of... Actually, no, he's gotten the two in front of Sky Temple Grounds. I think, yeah. He's gotten the two in front of Sky Temple Grounds.
Yeah,
So
he's
it's
almost done.
Yeah, so it's Amorbis, probably Gathering Hall, and I'm trying to think where number 9 would be. That might actually be number 9. Unless he's just noping out right here. No, he's going to Gathering Hall. Actually, wait, if he's going to Gathering Hall, what stopped him from getting this the first pass? Interestingly, nothing in Under Temple for a change.
Yeah, it was fairly uneventful for Under Temple.
Yeah, like Lower Torvis, you need to go to Lower Torvis anyway for Dark Visor, but other than that, Lower Torvis didn't have too much stuff in it.
Yeah, just the SDK and Dark Visor.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Aster never got the Gathering Hall key. Nothing in Dark Torvis at all. Yeah, no, there was nothing in Dark Torvis, just double damage.
Or Sonic Boom.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, and you had to get the Portal Chamber Agon key. That was about it. But yeah, other than that, yeah, fairly, by comparison to most of the seeds we rolled, chill seeds.
I
Oh,
think just good luck.
and really good routing on your part too.
Yeah, it was very streamlined.
Yeah. I think partly that was consciously good routing, but also, like I said, looking into a few items. Screw attack.
Yeah,
Hey,
the
it paid
only
off.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
only two items you didn't pick up were Light Suit and Echo Visor, which Echo Visor, by the time you read that hint, we knew it had to be in Fortress Transport Access, and we knew where Light Suit was, so we at least where it would have been able to route it out if we needed to, because we were worried again that the Sank Agon key could have been in main gyro or Airy, but not the
Wow.
case, thankfully.
Yeah, indeed. And actually, I never got those hints for Echo and Light Suit, so I'm really glad that nothing else was required for Go mode.
Aster had to peek the map for a second. Oh, Aster doesn't know about the last Agon key. Because, yeah, he hasn't been to... A, hasn't been around to get Screw Attack yet, and B, has not gone to Vent Area A. Where was the Agon key in... Oh, yeah, it was in on Spider Guardian.
We had one in that portal area in Torvis, one on Spider, and then I don't remember where the other one was.
The Agon key was in Vent Area A.
Ah.
So it's in a pretty convenient spot, actually. It's right next to Screw Attack, almost, but it's just that we have to go get it.
Yeah, I really hope that he does those checks on the way there, because I almost skipped it as well, because it's really easy when you know where you're going to just run past the checks and go for the item.
Mm-hmm. I can attest to that one. Also, did you, when you were in Sank Entrance, did you consciously know you were going to have to give up Cannonball?
Yeah, I did,
Okay.
sadly. I mean, it was, for me, a 50-50, whether... Well, not 50-50, slightly less chance, but something like that my progression was going to be in Sank Entrance. So, for me, it was pretty worth giving it up.
Yeah, and by that point you saw that Chica was dead, I think, so...
Slightly after it, but I was happy to see it, yes.
Did you like the joke hint at Portal Chamber? at Portal Terminal.
Yes.
When I first saw that hint earlier in the month, I burst out laughing on stream.
Yeah, I saw the clip. Oh, it's lovely.
And that is Screw Attack for Asder. Leaves a Rage Bomb. Probably
Yeah,
a Rage Bomb
He's
in
not happy.
response.
I think I'm just like the opposite of hoping every speedrunner has a quick race. I just want to see the worst. I don't know why. I just
can
how I
attest to
am.
that.
I was
Yes.
hoping for quad. One of the Dark Agon keys to be on quad.
I always hope for quad, but it's never, ever required.
Yeah, we've
Almost.
actually had very rare quad requirements in the weeklies lately.
Yeah. I think in all the CGC practice seats I've had, I've not had to fight quad a single time.
I think I might have had to fight quad once, but that was it.
Yeah. Sad times,
Right.
because it's a really cool boss.
Yeah, it's honestly one of the best bosses in the game, but it does still take a hot minute.
Yeah. And it's just the requirements that make it so rare.
Yeah, because in general, to get to quad, you need Echo, Annihilator, Screw Attack, the way over there, which is Light and Dark Beams, and Bombs, and Spider and Boost. So yeah, it's not a pleasant. It's not. It's a very item dense boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's the Vent Area A key for Asder. Almost got Pillbug there.
I'm really glad I'm not the only one who calls them pill bugs.
I think that's what they're called.
No, I think they're called something else, actually.
Maybe they're called that in a different game. Alright, so nice camera. Astra is going to use the the doomed entry portal and go through Warrior's Walk to get to a Morbus.
Dark Sam is coming to say hello.
Oh yeah. See you in Sky Temple.
Yep. See you in Prime 3. Man, I can't wait for Prime 3 to come out. Can't wait for randomizers on that.
Indeed. Oh yeah, that's right. Astra never picked up Cannonball.
Yeah.
He words. He did pass it on his first trip through, but decided to ignore it for now. Which, if you don't have Screw Attack, that's what I tend to do, is ignore Cannonball. Oh yeah, that's another property of Cannonball that I forgot to tell about. If any door previously had a shield on it, Cannonball will open the door from that point on, because the doors that have had a shield breach are vulnerable to all damage,
Actually,
which
really
includes
useful.
Cannonball. Astor making sure to not pause before the cutscene, which a lot of runners, myself included, have done many times. Because that white screen is just so darn slow.
Yeah, I'm pretty guilty of doing that a lot of the times. A lot of when I'm trying to scan things for cutscenes too. We need like a worm rave Twitch emote.
There is a Worm Rave emote out there somewhere.
We need it.
I know somebody, watch out.
I think it's either Vash's emotes, or maybe it's on Bear Twitch TV.
Now, will he get the skip? Oh, he's not going to go for it. So, Lucarius, are you excited for the CGC tournament?
Oh, I am so excited. I've been waiting for that for a long time.
Who's your partner again?
It is Frostbite.
Oh, nice.
And it looks like your match is actually for week 1 already scheduled. You're facing off against. You're facing off in your first match on Sunday, May 1st at 8 in the morning Eastern Time.
That is correct. Against Team Sunshine Spark.
The team names were my favorite part. Like, some of them are just absolutely hilarious, like Team Hot Dog.
Yeah.
They're great.
Arrow Razor and I decided to go with the best seed rollers because we do, especially in our practices, we have been rolling just the best seeds, except last night, but... And having said that, Arrow Razor did just recently roll a Link Between Worlds seed that was A, a pedestal seed, and B, a vanilla Bow of Light seed.
Oh boy.
So yeah, no, we think we're pretty happy with our title choice.
Yeah, there's some great titles in there.
Ooh, and I see you've chosen to RA the multiplayer pickups for your race. Very nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, for me they didn't really come into play in a seed like this, but I feel like in CGC they're going to be found more often. It's good fun.
Probably. Yeah, the multiplayer pickups definitely do add an interesting layer. It's really Cannonball that's the real mystery, though, because Cannonball lets you really break seeds wide open if you really if you don't give it up so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, this seed was unfortunate in that regard, but if you have early screw attack, there's a very big chance that you won't have to give it up.
Yeah, I think the only thing you definitely have to give up Cannonball if you have screw attack is Airy. That's about it.
Airy
and going back up Cat West.
Oh yeah, well you can avoid that if you really want to. I think the only one you kind of can't avoid is the portal access room in Agon.
Yeah,
in case you get it really early, if you haven't opened the transport center yet.
I think I actually had Cannonball and Portal Access A once with no bombs, and I was like, well, shortest cannonball ever.
Goodbye to that. It's also funny when it's in mining station access.
Yeah. I remember that tourney race.
Although I think there is a way you can keep it. I think I saw someone keep it once.
It's probably keepable, but it probably requires some serious stick movement.
I like the way Bellator thinks. I really hope we have at least one match that has all major bosses required, all 6.
Oh, it's got to happen at least once. Like, there's
please.
19 matches per week for 5 weeks. I mean, in a total of 95 matches, yeah, there's no way there's not going to be at least one all bosses seed.
And I really want to see it happen, but I think Quadraxis is going to be the main offender for not making that happen, sadly.
I think so too, yeah, because Prime 1 has been pretty balanced with getting bosses required. It's Echoes where, in particular, Quad is just having a hard time. Like, I've had a considerable number of Chica requirements lately, so I'm not too worried about Chica anymore now, if we're looking for those.
Watch just not getting the love he deserves.
That being said, there should be a new version of Randomizer coming out in a week as well, so that's probably going to end up changing a couple things. Who knows? Ooh, Astor missed the super, so that's going to be 2-phase. Luckily, Unlimited Beam Ammo makes this a cakewalk.
Yeah. Now, if only we gotten that double damage, just saying.
Do we have any information on what's going to be in the new Randomizer version?
I don't.
I don't know either.
I wonder if it'll impact the tournament.
Most
Probably
likely.
not. Oh, really?
It'll probably change like a couple of like convenience things more than anything if I had to hazard a guess, but that's having said that though, we'll know for sure in a week. And yeah, Cannonball just utterly breaks this phase in two. Unfortunately, there's a bit of a power bomb shortage on Asder's part, so he's going to have to do this the hard way.
I think Azure possibly knows at this point he is. Oh wait, no, because we put it in the general that Kari's one. Right.
Yeah, the race time room says it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the reason why I went to the ammo pods before this fight, because if you have
the juke,
yeah, if you have full missiles and you shoot those pods, you're guaranteed to get a power bomb drop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you also had a pretty rough Empering 3 too.
We shall not talk about that Empering.
Do you guys think the multiplayer versus would translate well on the Switch?
Yeah, if they do ever re-release Prime Trilogy for the Switch, I hope they bring online multiplayer.
From what I was never around for the Echoes multiplayer. From what I heard, it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. My brothers and I played it when we had copies of the game.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I'm sure you could probably bring that back with Randomania somehow.
Maybe, because I know Dolphin has that Parsec program, or if that's separate of Dolphin, I know that's a way you can play multiplayer online.
Yeah.
I think this has been tested, but I think it was very prone to crashing because you have multiple like entities in the game.
Could be. But again, who knows?
Oh,
That might have been an early screw there. I don't think that did any damage.
Aster getting sniped out of third place.
Ooh, and that missile connected in the that missile connected during the that was the latest centering I have ever seen, but
rude.
That was basically worst case scenario. Yeah, what happened there was Asder's missile, Dark Samus got in the way of Asder's missile, and that during the dodge. And when that happened, she doesn't throw up her shield, so she took the damage and went into DS4.
Man, like I said, the game is just not giving Asder a break.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, I was having a couple of bad weeklies myself recently, so I understand entirely.
Oh yeah, we didn't tell Lucarius, but I don't know what the area is called for caretaker drone. Watch station access?
Main research.
Main research. He had a mini quad get stuck in the one of the, I don't know what they're called.
One of the crank pistons on the bottom left of the spider track.
Oh, what? That's possible?
Yeah,
Yep.
Apparently.
Oh yeah, and
First
he
time.
didn't have screw attack then, so
He couldn't damage it for a bit.
Yeah, the
Wow.
piston got in the way of the beam shots.
I've never seen that.
I'll go back through the VOD and clip it later if it hasn't been done already.
Yeah, you really should, because that's funny.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
Need a speed gaming funny moments. Go away, Dark Samus. Go back to freaking Prime 3.
Okay, so yeah, Azure does not want to fire right now. Not at least until Dark Samus comes down all the way. Because yeah, if you fire on Dark Samus while she's coming down like that with the Phazon Blast, it has a good chance of healing her by accident.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's semi-uncommon, but it can happen.
GG, Stu Aster.
GG.
Asder is going to finish with a time of 1:57.02, just barely sniped out of third place by Nye the Baff. I hope I didn't butcher that name, with a time of 1:55.08. And in second, we have Inner Slice with a 1:44.15. So yeah, Lucarius, you had a 15.5-minute lead over second place today.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking into that screw attack with pretty amazing routing would definitely make for that, yeah.
Welcome, Master. GG.
GG's.
That was an interesting seed.
Yeah.
Looks like I jumped the gun on GFMC.
Jump the gun on GFMC, and the other big hiccup on your end was the light beam and sank entrance, which
That was part of it.
yeah, which unfortunately kept you away from storage A on your first pass through mining station B.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah.
I thought my progression was in... Yeah, I thought when I got supers and then I checked... what did I went to... I got supers, I checked storage C, I went to Dark Labs, and I couldn't get out, basically. And I was like, well, I probably should have gone back to the front of Dark Agon and checked the super locks from there, because you get Warrior's Walk and Battleground at the same time versus Doomed Entry on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought my progression kind of had to be there, but I didn't really want to make that play, so I decided to go to Torvus for hints, even though I couldn't get Light Beam. And then Seeker's there I thought was a good pull to like get me out of that situation that I was in, so I could go back to Agon without like losing time. But Light Beam into Seekers I think just saves, or sorry, Light Beam into Screw Attack I think just saves too much time.
Yeah, the problem with labs and the supers was that there was a bit of a logic hiccup because Missile Launcher was in the Hive Chambers and Screw Attack was nowhere to be seen. That meant the only way to the Hive Chambers in logic was with Light Beam going from the Temple Transport Amber elevator, boosting up the half pipe, going through the tunnel, and then dropping out of it to go out the lower path to landing site to get Missile Launcher. Otherwise, you couldn't hit the two gates, the gates from behind in Industrial Site. So that's how we realized that it had to be Light Beam or Screw Attack and Sank Entrance. So there was a bit of a logic quirk on that front.
Yeah, I didn't think anything of it when I found the launcher at Hive Chamber B. I was just like, oh yeah, it's normal. But it's really not.
Weird logic.
Yeah. So I knew Dark Visor was like 4 rooms away from Transit Tunnel East or something. Or
it was up to 3
from
Transit
4 rooms
Tunnel
from
South.
Transit Tunnel East, which south, yeah. Ended up being east. I liked my decision to like when I was looking for Light Beam and I decided Sank Entrance was going to be my play for it. I was happy, I thought, to go back to Lower Torvus and see if I could grab Dark Visor really quickly so I could go through front of Sank.
Yeah, the Sky Temple keys in general actually were pretty well laid out. Like, they weren't in pretty nasty spots at all. Except Amorbis, obviously. But even then, the Agon keys were thankfully not in the worst possible spots in all 3 of the areas they could have been in. Because we were thinking for a while the Sank Agon key could very easily have just been an Airy or main gyro, in which case you would have to go to Fortress Transport Access for Echo Visor first.
Yeah, I ended up doing that anyways, just because I really thought that with Echo being hinted, one of the SDKs was going to require it, but it turned out it wasn't needed. It's really uncommon to see exiting out front of Sank in the post Spider Guardian in Rando.
Indeed.
It did get me the Screw Attack hint, actually, which I needed. Kind of needed. Yeah, I kind of needed it. I would have looked for the Dark Agon key in Storage A anyways, probably, but it would have been scary being down to like Storage A, Sand Canyon, and Vent Area A with no screw attack, just to look for that key. Not having screw attack and Sank really sucked. I didn't know how to route it or what to do. And I was like, I know I probably want to route in Spider Guardian because I don't know where screw attack is, and I don't trust myself to be able to get the instant morph into the tunnel. And then I ended up passing up Cat West. It was just very awkward.
Cat West only had a Torvis key anyway, so nothing spectacular. Did you get a kick out of the Portal Terminal joke hint?
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I haven't seen that one before.
Yeah, I was first time I saw that near the first of the month, I burst out laughing on stream.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
We're also going to go ahead and clip the what just happened moment with that quad in main research.
I forgot about that.
That was hilarious.
This is where you cut to a small black box, have a giant what at the bottom, and the tune just suddenly goes doo, 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 doo.
Yeah.
Quad in main research. What will he do?
I wanted to at least kill the heads because I've had them knock me off plenty of times when trying to do the spider track, but I couldn't get that one. Like even Annihilator wasn't hitting it.
Yeah, the piston was getting in the way.
And then I was like, okay, well, if it's inside the piston and it's blocking me from shooting it, maybe it can't shoot me either. Didn't seem to be able to.
If only you had a dark burst.
That was hinted, I think.
It was on quad.
Yes.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm the horrible person. I'm always hoping for quad in all three bosses.
All right, I found the moment when it happened too, so I'm going to clip it after the stream and put it in the Discord for you.
I can edit that what thing on it for you if you want me to.
Oh yes,
Nah,
please.
it's all right. I'll post the clip and you can do what you like afterwards.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I have to say. Anything else, runners or Shaman, that you want to say before we close out?
Not at all.
GG's, thanks for the restream. It was a pretty interesting seed. I was really surprised when I looked at the racer at the end and I saw Lucarius beat me by like half an hour. I thought everyone would struggle more. I guess everyone but him struggled.
I think
Yeah.
Screw Attack threw a
But-
few people off from the looks of what I'm seeing in the race time chatter.
Yeah, most likely. So for context, I looked into that one fairly early because I followed the logic, got light beam decently early, and then went to check the hint in mining station B, and literally just stumbled upon it like an hour in.
I totally missed the logic on this. And like usually I feel like missile launcher logic doesn't really matter that much.
Normally it
I'm
doesn't.
Yeah, indeed.
Like Usually missile launcher out of logic is just like, oh, I found it in Judgment Pit, so I was supposed to go the space jump way around instead.
Yeah, it was definitely a weird spot for sure.
Yeah. Interesting seed indeed. GG's.
GG's.
All right. Well, with that said, we thank you folks at home for joining us for this race in the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer Weekly. We will be back next Saturday for our 5th week shenanigans. Settings to be determined still, but that will be here, same channel, same time. We're not sure if we're going to be having restreams beyond this, beyond that week, just because of the Cross Game Cup, which again, we'd like to remind you folks that the Prime 1 Prime 2 Randomizer Cross Game Cup Co-op Multi-World is starting on Monday with the first race currently scheduled for Monday, April 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern. Channel is still to be determined, but if you folks would like to be around for that, stay tuned to the Speed Gaming channels, and we'll let you know where you can find us then.
Don't miss it. It's going to be fun.
And again, follow both of our runners, Asder and Lucarius, for their amazing performance in today's race. Thanks again to our trackers, Frost, Frostburn Phoenix, and Op82 for their great help today, making sure everybody knows who has what. And Shaman, thank you for joining me in the booth this afternoon.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
Not a problem. With that said, folks, thank you for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and we will see you next mission. Take care.
Take care. Bye.